Welcome back. In this lecture, we will be creating, compiling, and executing our first Java program. We will do this without using an IDE. This is very interesting. This is our outline. First of all, we create a Java program using a simple text editor. For example, Notepad on Windows. After that, we want to compile our program using a command line window or CMD in Windows. After we compile the program, we want to run it in order to see the output. And we also do this using the command window. So when we reach this step, you already create, compile, and run your first Java program. I hope you are all excited. And finally, we will see what exactly happens when we compile and run our first Java program. So get started. We are using Notepad to write our Java code. So I'm opening my Notepad and you will write this simple Java program. We have a class called main, and inside it we have the main method. You are using the println method and you are printing this string here. Notice that this is surrounded with double quotes. This will be the Java program that you're going to compile and run. So when you run it, you are expecting to see this string is printed. And note that you should print this file as main.java in the folder that you have been creating. It can be on desktop or any folder that you created on your computer. In this case, I have created a folder on my desktop. I call the folder Running Java Terminal. And I would like to save my main.java inside of this folder. Now, why are we calling it main.java? The name of the file should be the same as the name of the class. You can change the name of the class to any name you want, but you should make sure the name of the file should be the same name as the name of the class. And it should be .java in order to compile this file, because we can only compile Java files. Now let's write our first Java source code or Java program. Let's create our class. First, we write public, and after that we write a keyword class. And after that we should put the name of the class. Here I write welcome. And after that you open and close the braces of this class. And inside these braces, you write the code of this class. You should use tab to leave some spaces, and over here, you are writing your main method. You write public, static, void, main, and some parameters for your main. And the parameters are string args. For now, we don't worry about these parameters. We will talk about it later in more detail. Just type it, and after that, we will going to open and close braces for our main function. Between these braces, we will write the code that is going to execute it when we run our Java program. This program will print a string. So we need to use the println method. For that, we need to have access to our system class. So we use the dot operator. So we use the out field of the system class, and we use again the dot operator. Then we are going to call the println method. And after that, we put a semicolon because this is a statement and we should end it with a semicolon. Now, between the parentheses for println method, we are passing the string that you want to print. So you can print anything you want over here. Let's print welcome to Java. As you see, this is a simple text and you write it inside a notepad. you should save the file as a Java file. Because we want the computer to know this text over here is a Java code. And you want to be able to compile this code to be able to run it and see the output. So we want to save this file. Go to the desktop and then to the file that we are interested, which is running Java terminal, and open that folder. And over here you should give a name for your Java file, and remember the name of your Java file should be the same name as your Java class. You should write welcome.java. This tells your computer this is a Java file. And make sure over here you should choose all files and press save. So now you have your Java code or Java program on this folder. This is our source code. Now I want to compile it and run it. To compile and run our code, we need to use our command line. So just type cmd to open your command line on your Windows. And over here you can execute some commands. So we are execute some commands to compile our Java file, and after that we are execute a command to run our Java program. So let's see how we can compile main.java using cmd. So we saved our file on that specific folder that I mentioned. So we should navigate to that folder first. So we should write cd and address of that specific folder. So this gets us to that specific folder that we created on our desktop. Over here, we are able to compile our Java file. In this case, the file is called main.java. So you write javac command and then the name of your Java file. In this case, it is main.java. After we press enter, the main.java file will be compiled and a new file will be created. Over here, I'm displaying all the files that I have the name with main.anything. Let's have a look. We have two files, main.class and main.java. So this main.class was created. So when we compile a .java file, a .class file will be generated. And this .class file is what will be executed to see the output. Now let's compile our welcome.java file. Again, I'm opening my cmd. Just type cmd on the search and open it. And first you should navigate to your specific folder that you have your welcome.java in it. You should print cd and then the address of that folder that you created on your desktop. Then write javac space welcome.java. Make sure you type .java. This is very important. And after that you press enter. By pressing enter, as you see inside of that folder, you create a welcome.class file. And this file is the file that should be executed, that you see the output of the program. Now let's see how you can run the main.class file using cmd. Here you need to type the command java, and after that you have a space and the name of your class. Note that you don't put .class and you only put the name. And in this case, it is called main. So this command over here will execute main.class. And when you press enter, you will see the output around here. So this is the string that was passed through the println method, as you can see. Now let's run our welcome.class file. On your cmd, use again the java command space and then the name of the class. welcome. And don't type .class, just the name of the class and press enter. And again, the string that you put inside the println method will be printed. So congratulations, you have been creating, compiling, and executing your first Java program. But let's see what exactly happens when we compile and run a Java program. Suppose we have the main.java that contains the source code. This file will be compiled by the Java compiler. So when we type javac, we are using the Java compiler. After the Java file is compiled, a .class file will be generated. And in this case, it will be called main.class, which has the same name as the .java file. So main.java and main.class. The main.class is also called the Java bytecode. It is an executable file. And as I showed you, in your main.java, you are using the println method, for example. The println method is already written. It's part of API and you are using it on your Java program. So the class file along with the library code will be executed by JVM or Java Virtual Machine. So JVM will translate this code to the machine code and later will execute it. And that's why we can run our program on any computer. Suppose that we have a Java bytecode file. So if you have any machine that JVM has installed, JVM can execute any bytecode file. And this is why Java program can be run on any computer. Thank you for watching and see you for the next lecture.